Please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Friday, October 18, 2019. The Roselle Park Police Department is stepping up to help a young resident who is battling cancer, and all they have to do is avoid shaving. Soraya has that report.
With November approaching, Roselle Park Police Department is planning to join a very important event, No Shave November. The officers are participating in support of Mateo Vital, a 2-year-old Roselle Park resident who is bravely battling cancer and is currently in remission. Traditionally, police officers are not permitted to grow facial hair beyond a well-groomed mustache. This is the policy in the Roselle Park Police Department. Rules and regulations, said Chief Daniel McCaffrey. However, for this campaign, I'm suspending that policy, providing that the participating officers each donate $100. They will then be permitted to grow a beard during the month of November. Last year, the officers participated in support of their own Captain Manuel Jimenez. All money and proceeds that are raised will be donated to the Vital family.
The news about the opening of the American Dream Mall continues to move quickly. And once again, we have reports that another part of the mall will be ready for the public. So, if you are a fan of amusements, pay attention to Rihanna.
As the American Dream Mall rises, more attractions are beginning to open. Nickelodeon Universe is scheduled to open next week, the second Nickelodeon Universe after the one in the Mall of America. It's an 8.5-acre indoor amusement park that will have 35 rides for all ages with iconic Nickelodeon characters such as SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer. There are 3 record-setting coasters. The Shellraiser will be holding the record for the steepest plunge with a 122-foot drop. The Shredder will be the tallest and longest free-spinning roller coaster, and the Skyline Scream will take the record for the tallest indoor spinning drop tower. An all-access ticket is $49.99, and a general access ticket is $39.99. Children under 2 are admitted for free.
Now it's time for announcements. The girls' soccer team scored a big win yesterday by defeating Benedictine with a score of 7-0. The balanced team effort resulted in 7 girls, each scoring 1 goal. Gay Straight Alliance meeting date change. The GSA evening meeting that had been scheduled for Tuesday, October 8th has been changed. The new date is Tuesday, October 22nd, and it will still be at 6 p.m. in room 18. In addition to our regular discussions, it will also be a game night. New members are encouraged to attend. Class of 2023. Class trip to Brighton Asylum. When? Thursday, October 24th, 7 p.m. Cost $37. Ticket price includes pizza and drinks, transportation, and tickets to Haunted House. Permission slips available on the class bulletin board. See Mr. Salamanca or Mrs. Arango with any questions. Tabletop Games Club. We'll meet in the library after school on Wednesdays. Come check out a wide variety of board and card games. See Miss Amorosa or Miss Lemke for details. Retakes for pictures will be on October 23rd for high school. If you are interested in purchasing a yearbook for $90, contact Mr. Fucci. There is a limited number of yearbooks available. The Garden Club will be hosting its 4th annual pumpkin decorating contest. Pumpkins can be decorated but not carved or cut in any way. $10 to enter. Pumpkins will be provided while the supplies last. Winning group will receive Dunkin' Donuts prize. All are welcome to enter, including but not limited to clubs, classes, friends, and faculty departments. Order forms are in the main office. Please return payment to the club to complete order forms to Ms. Hernandez or the front office. Make checks payable to RPHS Garden Club. Deadline to enter Tuesday, October 29th. Judging will be held Wednesday, October 30th and Thursday, October 31st. Winner will be announced Thursday afternoon. See Ms. Hernandez with any questions. Interact is sponsoring a school supply drive until the end of October. If you have any items you would like to donate, please bring them to room 1. Anything is greatly appreciated. Interact will be hosting a movie night on Thursday, October 30th after school. Come join us and watch Beetlejuice. You can pay $3 to attend or bring in a snack to share. See Mr. Fucci or Rebecca Rodriguez with any questions. As the Halloween season continues to unfold, more and more attention is given to all types of candy. So, did you ever wonder which candy is the most popular throughout the country? Well, let's go back to Soraya for the results.
A recent Monmouth University recently found that Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the most popular Halloween candy in America. The study surveyed that 1,161 adults and 36% said the peanut butter and chocolate combo make up their favorite candy. Snickers came in second with 18% and M&M's rounded out the top 3 with 11%. Hershey bars, Skittles, Starburst, and Tootsie Pops were also popular answers, but all received 6% or less of the vote. Chocolate and peanut butter is an unquestionable timeless combination, made only better by the fact that Reese's peanut butter in the cups is exceptionally sweet and creamy. In fact, you can buy the peanut butter on its own in a jar. Passion for candy, invented by dairy farmer H.B. Reeses in 1928, has been a hot topic on the internet lately. A tweet back in September asked if candy fans had to get rid of one candy out of Snickers, Reese's, Milky Way, Kit Kat, M&M's, and Twix, which would be saying goodbye, and almost no one was kicking Reese's out of the candy bag. Not long after that, a study found that the most popular candy in New Jersey was Tootsie Pops.
Stay tuned, we will be right back. That's it for today. Thanks for watching RPtv. Have a great weekend and stay tuned for CNN 10.
Hi, I'm Carl Azus for CNN 10, and you know what? Fridays are awesome. That may not be breaking news exactly, but some of that is expected this weekend in the United Kingdom. The country's parliament, its lawmaking body, is set to debate a new deal concerning the Brexit, the British exit from the European Union. The EU is an economic and political partnership of 28 countries. It's existed since 1993, and no country has ever left the EU since it was established. But Britons voted to separate from it in the summer of 2016, and their government and that of the European Union have been trying to agree on a way to do that ever since. It's an incredibly complicated process. International trade, immigration, laws, all of these things have to be figured out. If they're not, Britain could separate from the EU in what's called a no-deal Brexit. But without an agreement in place, that could create some temporary instability for both Britain and the European Union. The government of Theresa May, Britain's previous Prime Minister, was able to reach a deal with the European Union on the terms of the Brexit. But Britain's Parliament, which needs to approve the Brexit deal first, didn't. It rejected that agreement, and that eventually led to Prime Minister May's resignation. Now, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has struck a new deal with the European Union. But will Parliament vote to approve that? We'll see this weekend. If Britain's Parliament rejects this new agreement, it could lead to a no-deal Brexit, or the deadline could be extended once again for Britain and the European Union to reach another deal. That's happened several times this year.
For the second time in 2 years, a British Prime Minister has a deal to make Brexit happen. Months after helping oust Theresa May from office for her withdrawal agreement with the EU, Boris Johnson has announced a new Brexit deal with the other 27 member states, just 2 weeks before the UK is due to exit the EU. The Irish border with Northern Ireland had proved a sticking point to the last deal. This agreement promises the territory remains aligned with UK trade policy, while goods transiting through it to the Irish Republic are taxed as part of the EU single market. Critically, for the Northern Ireland peace process, there will be no checks along the border with the Republic of Ireland. Although the agreement represents a victory for Boris Johnson, the deal has already been slammed not only by his political opponents, but also by his Northern Irish allies. So when British MPs meet on Saturday in an extraordinary session, there is no certainty they will accept it.
There are lots of reasons why people voted Brexit, but many of them are covered by one word: sovereignty. Brexiteers don't like to share it, from how many fish you can catch to who gets to live here and which court ultimately has the final say over British citizens. Many Brits get pretty cranky at the idea of having to follow rules and regulations set in Brussels, often by people they haven't voted for.
Another kind of agreement's been made between the United States and Turkey. U.S. Vice President Mike Pence has been in the Turkish capital meeting with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Yesterday, Vice President Pence said a ceasefire has been called in northern Syria along the Turkish border. That's where Turkey's been going after Kurdish forces that it considers terrorists. But the Kurds in Syria have been U.S. allies in the fight against the Islamic State terrorist group. Under the agreement, Turkey says it will pause its military action in northern Syria and enforce a safe zone there, and the Kurdish forces would leave the area. Then the United States will remove its recent penalties on Turkey's economy. Turkey says its military operation has paid off. 10-second trivia. What is the correct pronunciation of this word? Is it A, Schadenfreude, B, Schadenfreude, C, Schadenfreude, or D, Schadenfreude? German term for laughing at someone else's troubles is Schadenfreude. So today alone, I've said Schadenfreude, I've pronounced Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and I've had a bit of practice pronouncing non-English words on the news. But as papyrus versus papyrus showed you last week, I don't always get it right. Today's great big story is about a man who has to.
Pardon me, Professor. Maybe you can help me out here. Is this word pronounced cash or cachet?
Cash.
Appreciate it, Doc. You see, when Jock Bailey pronounces a word, he pronounces it right. He can pronounce this thing.
Smaragdin.
He can pronounce this thing.
Scherenschnitter.
He even pronounces words that don't make a lick of sense.
Albumin.
And when you're that good with words, sooner or later someone's going to pay you to say them.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
This is Jock Bailey, the official pronouncer of the National Spelling Bee.
Luxembourg.
Luxe.
Gala. Sherbet. Gyro. GIF.
Before Jock's days as the world's foremost pronouncer of persnickety words, he began his spelling career on the other side of the microphone. Jock was a competitive speller, and in 1980, he found himself in the finals of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. His word? Elucubrate. So he said,
ELUCUBRATE. And it means to burn the midnight oil, to study all night.
and with those 10 letters, Jock became a champion. 23 years later, Jock had elucubrated all the way to the big show.
Propiophenone, Roquefort, pyroclastic.
Can I please have the definition?
But sometimes, even Jock's meticulous pronunciations don't tell the whole story.
English words are not always spelled as they sound. One thing that makes English words really hard to spell is the schwa. The schwa is that like in butter or unutterable.
The Y in syringe, the A in balloon, the O in freedom. They all sound the same spoken out loud. A speller's nightmare.
The longer and weirder a word is, the easier it is to spell. Take the state fish of Hawaii, the huma-huma-nuku apua'a. That's an easy word to spell. It's just long. It's a weird word, and weird things stand out and are easier to remember.
O-N-O-M-A-S-I-A, paranomasia.
Correct.
Let's go.
For a man with perhaps the most legitimate claim as the authority on pronunciation, Jock takes a rather agnostic approach to the right and wrong ways to say things.
A lot of people are kind of amazed that I know how to pronounce all these words, but I don't. I read them from the dictionary. Well, how does the dictionary know how to pronounce a word? Because they go out there and listen to native speakers. If there are a whole bunch of people who pronounce a word a certain way, that makes it a correct pronunciation. People who have very strong opinions that there's an incorrect way to pronounce a word, but it's like saying, that dog barked wrong. That's not a bark. Well, the dog gets to decide.
Anyone with $200 could buy a Barbie dream house, but for $120 plus taxes and fees, you could rent this one where the dream has come true. It's life-sized. The infinity pool, the fashionable clothing, the Malibu address, the cornucopia of pink, it's all real, and it's available for only one lucky renter and his or her guests who will get it for 2 nights at just $60 per night. It commemorates Barbie's 60th birthday. Could you be the one to skip her over there to celebrate, Stacy in style, enjoy the fancy decor, jazzy it up, and have a truly model stay in something so adorable? Yes, you can. And we hope you'll be here again next week when CNN 10 returns. I'm Carl Azus.